Here are the top 5 ways to get recruited into a D1 school. It doesn't even need to be D1. It could be next college level, junior college, D2, D3, anything works. But just for a little bit of background on me, I am a pole vaulter at ETSU. We are a Division I school. But just because I have a unique sport that not many people do doesn't mean that my tips to help you get recruited won't apply to all sports. I think this will work for baseball, football, soccer. Sorry, I'm just blanking on sports, but any sports. Honestly, volleyball, softball, any of those. I think these tips will help. I'm a freshman here, so I just committed here this past year. I was a senior in high school last year. So I'm going to give you my top 5 ways. These are just my opinion. And if anybody in the comments has any better ways, please share them. Then at the end, I'm going to give a little bit of my personal experience with how I came to get to the next level. And I'm not going to waste any more of y'all's time. Let's get into it.
Like and subscribe.
Alrighty, for the first tip, we're going to have making yourself known. What do I mean by that? I mean reaching out to schools, emailing coaches, and getting your name out there. I don't know if this is like common knowledge or not, but when I was in the process of doing this, I just thought that hey, if a school wants a pole vaulter, they'll see my mark, right? They'll want me. No. You need to be reaching out to as many schools as you can and making yourself known to them, because these coaches won't know about you if you're not reaching out. And a lot of them will probably wish that you would reach out, and then they can make something happen from there. But if you're not reaching out, then they have no idea you exist and they can't make anything happen. So that's going to be one of the most important tips. If you guys want a video of a template that you can just email coaches, I went through a lot of stuff, and if you have a job and stuff and you have to text your bosses and all that, you're probably pretty good at making professional emails. But if any of you need help with that or you want any tips, I got you. All right, for number 2, I'm gonna say making an online presence. I really didn't do much for this because for track it's pretty simple. Your marks are posted on Mile Split and you either have them or you don't. But for other sports like football, basketball, baseball, maybe creating a highlight of your best performances at any of your games or anything like that. I think that might be wise. Getting on apps like Huddle, I know that's a big one, but yeah, posting on your Instagram, your Twitter, whatever you have. And if you have actual coaches that are following you from big schools, they will be able to see those posts and they'll be like, okay, this guy's kind of legit. And then you can email and you can reach out, make something happen from there, And this isn't very common for a lot of people to do, but if you want to start a YouTube channel, go for it. I think it's a great thing, honestly. I just started mine in November of 2024, and I'm already kind of growing. And if you started in high school and you just grow, document your progress, I think it's a very cool thing to do, and you can continue that into college. So starting a YouTube channel to post those cool things too might be good as well. All right, this tip is honestly kind of weird, but for tip number 3, I'm going to say perform well academically. And I know a lot of you guys aren't going to like that because you're going to want to just be like, no, I just want to perform athletically and I just want to get those scholarships for athletics. But it is getting more and more competitive out there, and if you can't get those athletic scholarships, or if you're like me and men's track here doesn't offer men's scholarships, so they cut that out of their program a little bit ago, but I can't get scholarships here for track. But if you perform academically, you can get academic scholarships, and maybe if you're trying to go to an even bigger school and you get academic scholarships to the big schools, then maybe you could walk on and play sports there and not have to worry about the financial burden or having to get athletic scholarships. So I think staying on top of your academics is also just super important for NCAA eligibility and staying on top of all that. But it goes a long way, even with coaches when they notice that stuff. If they see that you're slacking off with your grades, it's not a good look, but it is a very, very crucial thing if you want to try to get academic scholarships opposed to not having the possibility for athletic maybe. Tip number 4, we got networking. This one is kind of different, but try as hard as you can to get coaches, trainers at bigger meets. You can get some current athletes anybody of that category to vouch for you in emails or just when you're reaching out to coaches. Maybe even if there's like a big meet and you're trying to perform really well and there's recruiters there or something, getting those recruiters on your side and, you know, kind of using those to network to bigger schools. So this guy knows this guy, this guy knows this guy, and you can work your way up and make yourself known. That's a great way to get exposure for yourself and get your name out there, make yourself known. Number 5, I'm sure if you're an athlete and you're watching this, of course, obviously you're probably an athlete, but I bet a lot of you guys relate to this. Tip number 5, stay injury free. Prioritize your recovery, stay healthy. A lot of coaches, they want to have you stay reliable and durable in a D1 program. They want to see that you're able to handle the grind, you can take in all this work. I know a lot of athletes that lose their recruiting opportunities because they can push too hard and they can get injured. And so that's really sad to see. You want to try to stay healthy for as long as you can, you know. Your coaches need you when it matters most, and I'm struggling with some stuff right now. I got some tendonitis right above my ankle joint. I think it's peroneal something, but I've had patellar tendonitis. I got shin splints pretty bad too, so a lot of that stuff, just stay healthy. I might make a video about how you can prioritize your recovery and getting back to being healthy, but yeah, that's a big one that I think is slept on a lot, so please stay healthy. All right, so that kind of sums up those 5 tips. Now you get to hear my story. It happened in Nike Indoor Nationals in New York. I PR'd with 14.6.25. It was weird because it was like meters, but that was the conversion to feet. And I knew one of my teammates in my club, Allie, she was thinking about coming to ETSU, and she's actually in my vlogs now. She's here with me. But I got the ETSU coach's number from her, and I texted the coach, and I was like, hey man, I just jumped like 14.6 here, and I was like, kind of thinking about coming to your school, what you think? Obviously, it was a lot more professional than that. Maybe I'll show the text message up here, but it was along those lines, and we got to talking, and as my indoor season ended and I went to outdoor, I would send him jumps from like all my meets, and I'd be like keeping him updated, like, hey man, look how it's going and stuff. So my journey wasn't very similar to most. I did some recruiting things. I had a coach that knew my coach. He coaches a very good program at a junior college, and his daughter actually pole vaulted at Purdue, which is awesome. But there was like little opportunities like that. But ETSU, it's really one of the only men's track and field programs in Tennessee that's not the Tennessee, you know, like elite. Memphis has a good one, but I don't know if I want to go all the way up to Memphis. So ETSU was just looking like a really good opportunity for me, and so I was kind of trying to stick with them. And yeah, some short time later, I kept texting with him and ended up getting a spot on the team, and here I am. I got roomed with some track teammates here, and I'm having the time of my life. But it's never too late. That was near the end of my senior year. I only had a couple months left of my senior year. And my other roommate, Gavin, he actually talked to Coach Kemp, that's the coach at the time. He talked to him at state, our state meet in Murfreesboro. And that's when Gavin kind of decided, wow, shoot, I might go to ETSU too. And so here he is. So it's never too late. That was like right before summer for Gavin. And he took a visit that summer, liked the school, and he came. So even if you're not hitting those marks or doing those performances that you need to be, I believe in you. Keep pushing, keep grinding, stay consistent. Don't ruin your routine for nothing. Keep grinding, stay healthy. You know it's important. Watch this video back if you need to know what you need to do. Reach out to those coaches, please. But yeah, that's gonna do it. Like and subscribe. Stay tuned for my other videos. Love y'all.